A lot of people do not really understand or have a good sense of how much time and effort they may need in a particular domain to actually build confidence within it, whatever it may be. I was convinced from a very young age that I had a terrible, terrible memory. I hated classes in school that involved me having to sit down and memorize formulas or information. Biology was a big one when I was growing up. I hated biology because it wasn't as easy and quick to come to my memory as something like mathematics was, where they basically said, here's the equation, just plug in the numbers. Whereas with biology, is here's the entire page, memorize it all. And I had a difficult time very, very early on in the last time I went to school, which was for massage therapy about 10 years ago. I went to a 2-year program in New York, which is probably one of the most high-end massage therapy programs in the United States because of how high the standards are within that state to actually get stuff done. And it was a lot of stuff to memorize when it comes to the human body, memorizing every muscle, every joint, every bone, all the subsystems, how the systems interact, get into the complexity of things like neurology and anatomy and physiology and all this fun stuff. Then there's the different conditions and the diseases you have to memorize, all this stuff. And I walked in thinking, I'm going to bomb this. Holy crap. After a while, though, I came to start to realize that for me in particular, and it's different for everybody, for me in particular, I needed about almost 2 to 3 hours a day over the course of a day for about 3 to 4 days on average of just repeating practice, usually through flashcards and index cards, to get it lodged in my memory. Some people could just read it once or twice and have it memorized for life. God bless them. That was not my innate skill set. And so it made me realize that my body in particular, my mind in particular, my memory banks in particular, needed a certain amount of time and effort and energy and repetition to actually become confident that I could memorize certain things, whereas previously I was convinced my memory was just terrible. It may not be the best by comparison to most people, but with enough patience and persistence, I was able to get very confident in my ability to recite the bones of the body, the muscles of the body, the joints of the body. I'm not as good as I used to be. But for the sake of the schooling, for the sake of getting the tests done, for the sake of being confident enough to like step into the field of work, it required a lot more patience and persistence than I had been used to, up to the point when most other things, other domains like mathematics and science, came easy to me. So building confidence as a massage therapist, as I've been working for almost 10 years now, I'm really fucking confident I'm a good massage therapist because I've had 10 years of practice. But even back then, when I was back in my school days, the confidence that I had the ability to memorize things was a function of persistence, not just innate talent. I had to be patient, I had to be diligent, I had to be persistent, and making sure I was practicing 3 to 4 days a week minimum, like 2 to 3 hours a day. I was acing classes left and right, and everyone thought I was just this natural genius, when in reality, I'd be practicing as much as I possibly could. I'd go into work driving somewhere, and I have flashcards in the cup holder of my car, or I'd be home just going through it, practice over and over and over again. So understand that to become confident in a particular domain that you're interested in getting into, it may take longer than you expect, but if you can get a good sense for you in particular as to how long it takes you to adjust, to memorize, to pick up a skill, to pick up a pattern, to pick up a equation of some sort, whatever it might be, you start to get a sense of like, oh, I can just go into another area of life doing something I've never done before. And as long as I put in my 2 to 3 hours a day or 3 to 4 days a week consistently, I actually will get better at this because I've done it before. So understand that you do need some degree of patience and persistence to become competent at something, and then by extension become confident in it.